Welcome to the Community Newspaper Facebook Watch Party, Excellence in Education. I'm Marta Perez, and our mission is to expose and inspire excellence in education. And before I introduce my extremely important and interesting guest, who has done so much, particularly for excellence in education, the word excellence, please note that we have used all the safety precautions here at Community Newspaper. We all wore our masks in, did not take them off until we sat down. We used hand sanitizers. They checked our temperatures. There's a great plexiglass shield between the speakers. And also, please follow us on Facebook and send us questions via our chat room. And now, to the best part of this party. Allow me to introduce a woman who is a luminary in education of children in a way that is unconventional or maybe new to some of our viewers. And this is Linda Lecht, who is the president of the Education Fund. And part of the Education Fund's mission is to achieve excellence in education. So perfect for this program and for our community. And many of you are asking, well, what is the Education Fund? So that is the first question out of the box for Miss Linda Lecht, and welcome. Linda, tell us about what the Education Fund does. You've been the president, although you look like you started when you were 2, since 1987. Tell us what the Education Fund does and what is the mission of the Education Fund and what you support.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And I wasn't 2, but I tell people I was 11, but I was in my 20s. So the Education Fund's mission is all about helping 100% of our public school students in Miami-Dade succeed. And we do that, what we call the 3 I's. So innovation, information, and investment. So in innovation, you'll hear about our food forest programs, which are brand new programs. No one in the country is doing it, and we're helping schools teach science and healthy eating in a new way. In terms of information, I don't know if you were involved, I think you were, in our teach-a-thon. It's a walk-a-thon with a twist. We see how many miles, not how many miles, but how many minutes a business person can last in the shoes of a teacher. Obviously, we're not doing that this year, but, we've been doing that for many years. So the business people understand the teachers, what goes on in a classroom. And then investment. You'll hear about the Education Fund's Ocean Bank Center. We're investing in the classroom and putting supplies in, and you'll hear about our Ideas with Impact grants that we invest in the classroom. We're really trying to help, improve the public schools' capacity to help students and help all students succeed. So that's who we are.
And Linda, you have been in this position for quite a while. How with the COVID and all of this disaster that we've had since March, particularly at the school district, because basically what you do is you support us. You support us in any way you can, and we are so grateful. And the community is so lucky to have Linda because and the Ed Fund, because in some instances they just put in a little extra to help the school district. And I want to talk about my passion, of course, is the food forest, but I feel that right now this is more important to ask you this. With this coronavirus, what are the urgencies that you're seeing in providing your help and your mission? What are the urgencies that you feel the strongest at right now in this time?
Right. Well, as soon as COVID hit and closed the schools, we had to pivot all of our programs without a doubt. And so the first program that we worked on was the Education Fund's Ocean Bank Center, and that's a free supplies warehouse. And for more than 20 years, teachers have come inside the warehouse. It's an 11,000 square foot warehouse. It's like a Costco, but it's free to teachers.
So let's this is very important, and I hope that all the teachers that are listening, if you haven't been there, the Ed Fund has a building, a Costco-like building, full of supplies that are free to teachers.
Right. And
How
so-
does a well, first of all, where is it? Where's the program?
So right now, what teachers need to do if they want supplies, and so we're not having teachers go
Go.
inside and shop. We're doing
But where,
drive-throughs.
just to know, where
So
are
they
you?
should go to our website, which is www.educationfund.org, and on the website they can click to ask for a visit,
Okay.
and they'll be able to drive through.
But where
and
is it physically?
in-
What's
is
the
in-
address?
It's in Medley. We don't give the address out
Oh.
until teachers actually sign up,
Okay.
because if we gave everyone the address, and one day we'd have 5,000 teachers, and another day we'd have no teachers, and the 5,000 teachers would be disappointed because we wouldn't have enough staff or enough things.
Yes, yes, but just
so it's centrally located. It's very easy to find. When they go to our website and sign up, we send them a day to come. We're open on Saturdays. Sometimes we're open after schools. I mean, we used to be open after schools all the time, but with COVID, trying to meet the teachers' schedules and what they need, we're doing a lot of Saturday hours. We may be doing Sunday hours. And so they just go to our website and they let us know they would like to come. Then they drive through. And do you have the picture of the drive through so teachers can see?
Okay.
So there's a picture that we have for you so you can see. We make it very, very safe for teachers. In the month of September, we had over...
There's the drive-through, and you
Right.
can see on the picture, they have a, they have a tent with supplies, and then the teachers, I guess the red car there it seems to be a teacher, and then
Right. He is a teacher. You can see his t-shirt says teacher, and
Okay.
he's getting a chair because that's one of the things we have there. Because teachers who are teaching from home
because
need...
tell us the kind of stuff that's in there.
Oh my gosh, there's everything that you can imagine. So in September we had over 1,200 teachers come through and get supplies. So we have chairs, we have filing cabinets, we have 3-ring binders, we have paper, we have markers, we have crayons, we have anything I think that a teacher could use to teach, we have. Now, the things that we don't have, just in case teachers are watching, we don't have plexiglass at this moment, but that doesn't mean we won't get it. And we don't have cleaning supplies, although Lysol is sending some. So we don't know when we'll get it.
How do you get all this stuff, Linda?
So we're part
You're a
of
Santa Claus.
Yeah, Santa Claus, yeah. We're part of a national network with an organization that's a consolidator of donations. So they're up in Minnesota, and we're their affiliate here. And so we basically go on their website, and they put out everything that we can get, and then we tell them what we want, and we don't have to pay for the items, we just pay for shipping. So we might get $100,000 worth of items, and we pay $3,000
At
to
any
have it
given
shipped.
time, what do you think your inventory is in that warehouse?
Oh, we have right now probably, $1.5 million worth of supplies.
Are you okay? So please, if you're a teacher, understand that there's $1.5 million worth of supplies for free.
Right.
All you have to do, and please repeat it, Linda. What do teachers have
So
to do?
teachers need to go to www.educationfund.org, and principals can also arrange for supplies to be delivered to their school.
Okay,
So-
very, very important. Say that again.
Okay, so a principal or an assistant principal can call our office at 305-558-4544, extension 100. I'll say that again, 305-558-4544, extension 100, and they can talk to us, and we'll bring an entire truckload of supplies to the school. And we can either do it so that then after school the teachers do a drive-through and get what they want, or we can just leave the supplies at the school and the principal can figure out how to
How much more comfortable can it be if it's a phone call away? All you have to do for free.
But I want to emphasize that teachers should go on a website, because there's 18,000 teachers, and if we got 18,000 calls, we couldn't manage it. We're a very small nonprofit in terms of staffing.
I mean, the phone call by the principal,
or a assistant principal,
or assistant principal,
right, to set up a day
administrator,
for us to deliver.
and they will come by and bring you things.
Right.
Linda,
And if they forget the phone number, they can go on our website and find the phone
okay,
number.
Linda, when you
Can you show the stats? In the last 6 months, we have given away I think it's $2.3 million worth of supplies.
3.2
2.3 million.
$2.3 million
worth of supplies.
worth of supply.
And once they go to the training, they're eligible for what we call an adapter grant. So they can get $500 from us to adapt a project. So, like, I was just reading in one of the teacher's emails, a pre-K teacher that didn't know how to manage face-to-face and then students on teams. I mean, how do you do it both? And another teacher, not me, because I wouldn't know what to say, but another teacher said, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm giving the children that are in my classroom a center. They have their own center. Now, they can't go like 3 or 4 of them and gather at a center, so I give them their own center. I'm giving them blocks or different manipulatives or things, and then while they're working on their center, I'm with the children on teams. Well, if you need a grant to get those blocks and to get those things, the adapter grant is where you can get it.
Please, please, please. This is such an important program for our teachers.
I do want to say that the adapter grants are not quite open yet. They'll be open in about 3 weeks, the application, but they need to go on our website today or tomorrow to sign up for the training on Saturday. And it's just a few hours on Saturday. It's on Teams. I think I said Zoom before, but it's on Teams. So it's something teachers can use easily. And it's by teachers for teachers. It's all the teachers that have projects that they can adapt and then get a grant for. So it's not us doing the training. It's wonderful teachers. I mean, there's a teacher at Feinberg Fisher, and he knows how to use this doodle program so that students, middle school students, can make videos using this doodle program. There's another teacher that's doing the geometry shapes, another elementary, but there's high school teachers. There's a high school teacher that I wrote some down. It's actually presenting research during distant learning. So how high school students who do research, how she's found a good way to have them present it. Another project is called Ode to Nature. Another teacher has found a way for kids to be able to go outside their home and get leaves and do this Japanese art project. So there's kids at home that can do it and kids in school that can do it and do it simultaneous and learn social studies and language. There's another one that knows how to do Instagram and a wall of Instagram words. So there's all sorts of ways that teachers can learn. Our workshop is this Saturday, October 24th.
So the most important thing for all who want to know more and who want to be able to avail yourself of all these wonderful things is to go
to the Education
Fund website and look through it and sign up and email and contact Linda and her staff.
I want to interrupt and say also the training this weekend, if they sign up and then they go to the school district's website and they can sign up even tomorrow, they'll get, I think it's 12 or 14 master plan points.
Oh, yes.
So not only do they get trained, but they get master plan points.
Very good.
Excellent. So, and there is a small fee, and it's for the time it takes us to work to get the master plan points and all the other things. I mean, my staff has been working on
But I want to ask you now more about Linda.
Okay.
When you put together this Ocean Bank Center, and this was your baby, you created this. First of all, what were the first supplies that you got, and how did that how did you feel about that?
Well, you know what? It was another emergency crisis that caused the Ocean Bank Center to come to being. It was after Hurricane Andrew. For those of you who remember Hurricane Andrew, back in 1992, so much damage, and a lot of teachers who lived down south, their homes were damaged. It was, teachers were home, and just so much damage. And so people started sending from all over the country supplies, but there was no way to distribute them. So, pairs of adult shoes might go to an elementary school or something. So the superintendent at the time asked us to help. So we put together a warehouse and distribution program, thinking we would only do that for a year just to get rid of all these supplies.
Really?
But then it became obvious to
And
us.
what were the first supplies that you got?
Oh, I mean, there was all sorts of paper and pencils and
And
crayons.
who was sending it?
You know what? I don't even know. There were just so many pallets worth at the port of Miami that they had to get rid of because people had shipped it. And there were T-shirts and there were all sorts of things. So, but it turns out, teachers are so creative and so dedicated. I mean, teachers are coming on their own time to get these supplies. It's not like they're coming during the school day, because you can't leave kids alone, right? You can't go off and say, hey, I'm going to go shopping. So they come on their own time to the warehouse. We have had thousands and thousands of teachers come. We've given out over $10 million worth of supplies. It started slowly, and it's really building.
$10 million worth of supplies, of free things that people donate and that are not useful to them and are so useful for
and
us.
Even if the teacher runs an after-school program or a club or something like that and needs supplies, or they're working with a nonprofit, say they're working with branches, or they're working with the Overton
What's
Youth
the most
Center.
unusual thing you ever got?
Yeah. Well, sometimes the art teachers come in. Every year we have programs for the art teachers. And so one year we didn't give this to the teachers to give out to students, because we do have teachers sign off and say, I will take things that students can use. So it was a learning lesson. We got, I think they were razors or something, or razor blades, and it wasn't something we could give out in the school. And we learned after that we have to be more careful what we take, and that was years ago. But one of the art teachers, who's now an assistant principal, I'll do a call out, Jesus Mesa. He's an assistant principal, I think, at I forget, in Miami Lakes, one of the schools in Miami Lakes. Anyway, he is such a great artist, and he made a fish out of all of those razor blades, this huge fish.
Oh my goodness.
And part of our work is we auction off the artwork to benefit arts in the public schools. So all of the items that we auction off, 100% of the proceeds go back to that school for that art program. So that was the most unusual, and we've never had that again.
So what was the nicest, the one that you went, oh my goodness, I can't believe we got this? What was that?
Well, I think the teachers think, I don't know what I think, but the copy paper. We get tons and tons of copy paper.
Copy paper.
And
That's
copy paper is gold. We've had all sorts of things. We've had I can't even, I go through there, and it's like sometimes we get the best books, brand new books. The Brickell Literary Avenue Society donates, like 50, 60 of the same book or more.
Oh my God.
Brand new, beautiful books. We've had picture books. We have all sorts of wonderful things. So it just, you never know. We have glue sticks. We have Elmer's glue. We have,
when the teachers were able to enter, what was a typical reaction of a teacher coming into and seeing this wonderland?
Well, you know what? They get a shopping cart, first of all, and they can fill it. And I still remember this one teacher one time, she got so much stuff and she couldn't get it all in her car, and we had to hold it for her. And she went back and she got a friend who had an SUV so she'd get it all in, because, that we give them so much in supplies. But I want to not only talk about this program, but I'm hoping we can talk a little bit about the Food Forest program. I know you mentioned.
I will, but before we do, Linda, I do want to spend the time with this, because I think that this is such a valuable part of what teachers can be getting, and we all feel so terrible that they are so stressed, and we're changing as we go, and I do hope that everyone who is listening will contact a teacher or contact a principal and have them be a part of the Ed Funds Ocean Bank center, which is just fabulous and free.
Yeah. And I do want to thank some of our donors. The Miami Foundation is a major investor in this program. Obviously, Ocean Bank. It's
And
named
tell
after
us
Ocean
why
Bank.
you need a little money. You don't. It's free, but it's
Right, right. Well, the supplies are free, but every time we get a truckload of supplies, we pay $3,000 to $5,000. So we can get
because you need
50,000.
to pay the
Right,
postage
right.
or the handling.
We pay the trucking. It's a truck. It's a tractor trailer truck, and they're not free. And things are coming from Minnesota or Chicago or wherever they are. So we have to pay for that. We do have staffing. We have the person that drives the forklift because it is a warehouse, and we have the person that greets the teachers and signs up the teachers and all that sort of things. So we have some staff costs, and we do rent the warehouse. We have rent, so there are costs, and then the cost of trucks to deliver to the school. So the Miami Foundation gave us a great investment. And I will say to people, if they want to support a nonprofit like the Education Fund, any individual, Give Miami Day is coming up on November 19th.
Okay.
And that's run by the Miami Foundation. But you can find information about it on our website if you want to support us. And it's called Give Miami Day. It's a one-day only event where people can donate to the nonprofit of their choice through the Miami Foundation.
Okay.
And then those donations that you make, the cash donations, well, on a credit card, not actual cash, but credit card, the Miami Foundation matches part of them, so the nonprofit gets even more money. But the Miami Foundation is one of our investors, the DeLuca Foundation, Walmart is one of our investors in that program, because there are costs.
Yes,
But
and let's talk about money, because absolutely, yes, all of these things are done free or practically free for us, for the education, for the teachers, for the school system. But of course, money is necessary. Linda, tell us, what is the structure for your fundraising? How do you get money?
Right. So we're set up as a nonprofit organization. People can donate on our website. Companies can give us grants. Private foundations can work with us. We write a lot of grants to organizations because that's how we raise our money. So
now let me ask you, Miami is supposed to have, I don't know how many millionaires and billionaires, Dade County, and especially now, so many people are moving to South Florida from up north who have a lot of money. Are you able at all to access these people who we hope are happy to live in our community and hear about these great programs? Are you able to access some of these people to help us in the community?
Right. Well, there are a number of individuals that help us. I was just on the phone the other day with a great philanthropist in this community that runs Pinnacle Housing. And, he always helps us every year. We have another family. They have a family foundation called Trimix, and they give us $100,000 a year.
Wonderful.
And in fact, that
what is your budget?
When you include the supplies, now remember, we give out in any one year somewhere between $1 million and $3 million in supplies. This year we'll give out $5 million in supplies, probably.
Wonderful.
So then our total budget, in cash is around $2 to $3 million plus the $3 to $5 million in supplies.
Oh, that's very admirable. And that is
I
all
will
for
say,
education, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. But, our office space is donated. The Graham Companies donates our office space. We're a very lean. When I talk to you about the person who drives the forklift, it's a part-time person. The person who, calls all the teachers and things, she has 6 other jobs. So we just have a very lean staff of 12 people that work for me. So it's not a big organization. We used to even have our computers donated until they started crashing, and we realized that was not a good idea.
Yes.
But when we can do things, we do them very, very frugally. Even our warehouse, even though we pay
so people
for the warehouse,
who want to donate.
They should either call our office and tell us that they want to donate, or they can go on our website and there's a button that says donate now. Or if they have a family foundation or a private foundation or an individual that wants to give more money, they can call the office and ask for an appointment with me. I will go through all of our
and why? I know people think, I pay taxes, and I pay a lot of taxes for education. So that's it. Why, Linda, is it so important for people to donate to the Ed Fund? I know we all pay taxes, but why is it so important for your organizations like yours to exist?
Right. Well, first of all, one of the things we do, and we haven't talked about the food forest yet, but one of the things we do is a lot of innovation. So the food forest is we put entire forests on school property. So if you're at all concerned about climate change or concerned about students knowing about the environment or students learning healthy eating habits, this is a brand new way to do it. It's an outdoor eco classroom. We have 26 of them across the school district. Can you show a picture, the before picture of a school? So that's a before picture of a typical school. And look at the blue around the top of the school, because I'm going to show you the next picture. That was before the food forest. And now look at that picture. I don't know if you can see the blue awning that the school had, because it's covered by all those trees, but they're trees and bushes and vines. And it's all superfoods. So it's like the moringa tree, which the leaves are a complete protein, and students can eat them in salads.
I have 12 moringa trees in my yard.
Oh, you do?
Don't even go there with me. I can write a dissertation on moringa.
Right. So do you have Barbados cherries?
No, I don't.
Oh, you need Barbados cherries.
My yard is tiny. It can hardly
one
fit.
Barbados cherry. So the tree has tons and tons of cherries on it. One cherry has the same vitamin C as 18 oranges. So we have all these forests. They're actually on school property, and we use them as outdoor eco labs. You didn't see, what we didn't show is the banana circles. They're huge composting. So there's an amazing way for students to learn about the environment. We've sent home over 165,000 bags of produce in low-income communities, fresh produce, and we've improved student science scores by more than 89%, and 50% of students have improved their eating habits. So we need money to innovate. That's the first thing. And so organizations such as the DeLuca Foundation, Verizon, all sorts of organizations have supported that work, and it's not inexpensive. The Perez Family Foundation, the
now that you want to talk about the food forest, I happen to have a great deal of admiration for the food forest and the way it's run by the Ed Fund and all of your donors, because I just think it just opens up a world, a necessary world for our students. And I think that picture you show,
right. Can you show the picture again?
It was one of my
forest?
schools, and I have to say those children, and not only do the kids eat it and like it, and they get a bag to take home, but our cafeterias use it.
Absolutely.
Our school cafeterias actually use the things that are grown,
right.
All the greenery, etc.
Yeah.
They use it and it's just fun. It's just good.
Right.
And I think the endorphins, happiness hormones that are created just by being in a yard, there's research on that. So it goes on and on. Right. We only have 2 minutes left. Okay. I want you to know. So Linda, so we have to close in a few minutes. So I want to make sure that whatever messages you want to get out.
Right. Can you show our donor slide, the major donor slide? So we've been raising a lot of money towards all of this work, putting more supplies out in the community, actually working harder on the food forest to put more produce out, training more teachers. Last spring, we had webinars for teachers. 3,500 teachers signed up for our webinars. They really needed our help. We did emergency tech grants. We've helped students get their FAFSA completed through Zoom and Teams and things like that. So we are working every minute of the day to try to help our public schools, whether it's to get supplies, because people don't realize, but if you look at the list across the state, we're not we may be a very wealthy community in some senses, but what we pay per student is very low compared to, say, New York or
Absolutely.
Virginia
Absolutely.
or other places. So I think it's somewhere between $7,000 and $8,000 per student that we get. Where, if you were to go to a private school, like Ransom or Country Day, I think they pay 25, 30, 40. I don't even know how much they pay per student. So we have to help make up the rest, and we have to help our teachers teach our students. The students are the future of this community. And without them learning, then we're not going to have a community. And how are you going to learn? It's through the teachers. So we have to give them the support and the supplies they need. And to do that, we have to get the extra resources that we need. Right now, the district is working on putting PPE into the schools and making sure it's clean and doing all sorts of extra work. And it's incumbent on all of us to help. I mean, we need to help. So I hope people will go to our website if they have a family foundation, or they're just a wealthy individual and want to help. If they want to join, George Perez gave us a $60,000 grant.
Great.
Norman Brayman gave us $50,000. I mean, we have
Wonderful.
wonderful people that are giving us, that believe in what we do and have seen, and we send them all our audits and all our taxes and everything we do. We are run very professionally, but very frugally, and we put it back into the classroom. So that's where it belongs. And thank you for having us. And you're on our board of directors
Yes,
now.
I am, and
so
I'm very
we have
happy
a
to
great
be there.
board of directors. It's lots of business people that keep us on the straight and narrow and make sure we know what we're doing. So we want to thank them as well.
Absolutely. Thank all of the people who come together in our community to help promote excellence in education, which is the wrapping up this community newspaper Facebook watch party. And thank you so much, Linda Lecht, for all your explanations. I hope everyone took a lot of notes. I hope everyone will go on your website, the Ed Fund. Please go on there and see what part you can do. Do you need supplies? Can you contribute? Can you help? And thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.